Hi everybody, it's Christy here, the daughter of Scarlett Donaldson, who is the host of this crazy channel here on YouTube, The Far Out World of Coffee Creations. Yep, this channel is all about coffee. Not just regular coffee, but all kinds of far out coffee creations that my mom makes up from just her imagination. So, I hope you're ready because she's got a lot of great stories about coffee, taste tests of different coffee flavors, creamer flavors, even some coffee maker demonstrations, and a whole lot more. So, without further ado, let's check out her channel, The Far Out World of Coffee Creations. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go enjoy a nice hot latte, cappuccino, or maybe a cold frappuccino or iced coffee with my mama Scarlett right now on the Far Out World of Coffee Creations.
Morning haze, crack of dawn, she's brewing a dream. Beans grinding rhythm, sweet and smooth like whipped cream. Espresso shots, flying crafting wonders unseen. Scarlett's cafe magic, stirring the caffeine scene. Pour it up, steam the cup, life's a rich aroma. Frappuccinos, cappuccinos, feels like home. A craft in every blend, not a coffee clone. A Scarlett's love of Java, warmth in every sip of. Sunset hues, twilight brews in the kitchen's glow. Espresso cascades like a mountain's flow. Bold beans latte, dreams steam rising slow. Scarlett's world of wonder always steals the show. Pour it up, steam the cup, life's a rich aroma. Frappuccinos, cappuccinos, feels like home. A craft in every blend, not a coffee clone. A Scarlett's love of Java, warmth in every sip of. Sip away the worries, let the tension fade. Scarlett's coffee alchemy, elixir homemade. In the cup her passions poured, always custom made. Crafted with sweet care, memories never fade. Mornings glow, rooster crow, baristas take a bow. From macchiato whispers to a mocha vow. Scarlett's joyful journey, magic in the now. Each cup a new adventure, coffee, craft, wow.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back once again to the Far Out World of Coffee Creations. Scarlett here, and we're going to do our second demonstration of the day. I'm going to bring my mug out here, and I'm going to just rinse it because there's, like I said, sometimes there's no sense in dirtying a second mug just because you have a second cup of coffee. Whoops. Sorry, everybody. And let me rinse this mug because I don't want to use the same one over, or a dirty second one. we're just gonna rinse it out. Because, you know, you don't want, I don't want to dirty another mug just because I'm making a second cup of coffee. So I got that. Wipe this baby out. Then we're going to demonstrate my Hamilton Beach Smart Coffee Maker. Now, I'm not going to use the smart function because it's not as accessible. Because basically, you have to put it in a certain mode and it doesn't talk, so it doesn't tell you that it's in the right mode. So the coffee pot itself does not have a voice to tell you what mode it's in. So I'm just going to manually run the coffee maker for you. Because yeah, trying to actually do the smart function is not easy. Now, again, I do not know dimension, you know, the measurements and stuff, but again, it's not huge. I mean, it's like a square shape. It has 4 buttons on the left side, 1 on the right, one great big square button. And there's 4 buttons on the left side. You have a reservoir in the back that you can open, but you don't pour the water in that way. You open this front and you have your filter area, and this does come out for you to wash it. Oops. Hold on, I gotta make sure. Yep. Okay. Then you also have your lid in the front, which is where you pour your water in. So we're going to pour some water in this with the coffee pot. You use the coffee pot itself. I just cleaned it. So we're gonna fill it up. We're just gonna fill it up somewhat. Now, of course, I leave water in the reservoir because I don't always fill up enough. I don't always fill it up enough for a full pot. I just do it so I can make like a cup, which is what we're gonna do today. So we're just gonna pour it in the front. And as you can hear, it pours right down the back, which is a little complex for some people. Okay. And one thing I will highly recommend is that you make sure your coffee maker is off. Because if it's not, you're screwed. Because it will turn itself on automatically. It does not care. So I'm going to grab my Hamilton Beach filter. It has its own filters. As you see, it has its own filters. Now I also have, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my other filters out. One of my regular filters out of here. Because it will also use your paper filters. And this thing, I gotta tell you, I love this thing because these filters that I have are huge. And I mean huge. They are, I guess from what our service coordinator told me, they are almost like industrial size. And I have to move some stuff out so I can get my Folgers out. Okay, come on. And I'm gonna get out my Folgers. And I'm going to I usually put 2 big spoonfuls in my filter. That's what I usually put in it. Where is the lid for this? Oh dear. So I always have to figure out where I put my lids. Whoops. Da, da, da. There's my lid. Okay. Because you always want to make sure you got your lid back on. And this is a huge container of Folgers. Now I gotta put things back away where I found them. Gotta clear out my space here. And then I'm gonna put this filter in the Hamilton Beach coffee maker. And like I said, it's not picky, it will use it. Oh, if I can scoot it down in there. Then, whoops, dear, what are you doing? Then you hit the start button. Which is the very far right, the big button to the right. Hello, cup. That hurt. That did not feel good. There, I got everything back in there. And I'm not gonna brew a whole pot, I'm just gonna brew enough to make a cup. And as you can hear, it's really quiet. It's not that loud. And it does get very hot, so you need to be very careful, especially if you are sensitive to pouring. This is not something I would recommend for somebody who is just beginning to drink coffee. I would recommend a single serve where you just can pull your mug out and go from there after it's finished. I would not recommend a coffee pot. Now, it does have a keep warm, and it will keep it warm for, I believe it was like an hour or so, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 3. I think it's like 3. I believe, or something like that. I can't remember exactly how long it keeps it warm, but it will keep it warm for a lengthy amount of time. If you know, if you make a whole pot. Because I usually don't do that. I usually just turn it off. Because that way I remember to do that. But, you know, it will keep it warm for a while. And like I said, it does work with Miss Lexi over here, Alexa. I'm not saying the name or I'll set her off. It does work with her, but you have to have it in a certain voice mode to have it do the commands. But the problem is with that is the dumb thing will just start right away. That's not the smart part about it. It will just start itself right away. And then basically when it starts itself, then it's just gonna brew anyway. So I just run it manually because it's a lot easier that way. Most of them you have to hit a couple buttons at least, but this one, no, just powered on. That's the easy part about it. But when it comes to just, you know, going from there, okay, we're going to stop it. Let it finish brewing that little bit. And then we'll pour it into a cup, put some creamer and sugar in it. We'll let it finish what it's doing there. Like I said, this is a brand that my grandpa always drank. He loved his Folgers. Oops, it's still dripping. Hold on. Okay. Now, with this, you got to be very careful when you pull this out. And it's very, very hot. So make sure
keep your hand back when you're pouring it into your mug. And I have my finger on top of the actual lid so the lid does not pop off. And have a grip on your lid. Okay. And see, I cheated. I just used one mug, just one cup. Instead of brewing a whole cup pot of coffee, I just brewed a cup. Now, I'm going to get some creamer. Let's see. Let's get a different one this time. Whoop. I'm being attacked by everything in the cupboard. We'll put this in it. I don't know what this is. We'll put it in anyway. There we go. I think it's caramel. It smells like caramel. Yummy. All right. And then what? Oh, duh. Sugar's over here. Scarlet, you nut. Yep, it's caramel. Woo. It's caramel latte. Hello. Hello, caramel latte. How you doing? Woo. And like I said, I should have done these earlier, and I do apologize for that, y'all. I wasn't thinking when I did it. So when I was running these, I was like, ugh. Okay, let me get sugar put away. Where is the lid for the sugar? I don't know where the sugar lid is. Oh dear. Where the heck? Oh, there's the lid. Okay. All right. Grab a spoon and mix. This needs washed a little bit off. Got a little dusty. Alrighty. Then we'll just mix up the Folgers. And like I said, I'm not gonna just mix this up and run. I'm gonna chat for a bit, like I did with the other one, because like I said, I like to do that. I like to be different. And I don't know how I managed to pull that off again. I did it again. I made like a cup like I usually make. I don't know how I managed to keep doing that, y'all. Getting the creamer down. But I can also use, like I said, I can also use the actual Hamilton Beach coffee filters. They have reusable coffee filters as well. And it will use those. So let's grab, woo! That's still a little bit warm. Let's grab the iPad and a cup of coffee and go in here and chat for a bit, shall we? And like I said, usually I'll have 1 to 2 cups in the morning. Probably when I go to work, it'll be 1 because I don't want to be in the bathroom most of the day. Because it will go through you. If you're not used to coffee, it will go through you really quickly. It will make you have to use the bathroom, I'm telling you. If you've heard the song My Coffee, yes, it does make you do that. I will tell you that. It will make you do that both ways. Let's just put it that way. It will make you go to the bathroom both ways. not to be graphic, but I'm just warning you in advance. For those that are not used to drinking this, you will have to pee a lot, let me tell you. And you will do the other thing too. And if your body is not used to it, it will not be solid. Okay? I'm going to tell you that straight up. And I'm warning you about this because, you know, that happened to me when I first did this. And I'm just, you know, I'm not trying to be gory graphic here, folks. I'm giving you straight up facts. Okay? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a drink, it could be a food. If your body is not used to it, you will get the diarrhea, okay? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be gory graphic here. I'm just telling you straight up. If you are not used to drinking something or eating certain things, you will get that. It's just a natural thing that your body's like, it's foreign to it, and its reaction is, uh-oh, this is bad, even though it's not bad. It could think it's bad, and you'll get the diarrhea. You're not sick. Okay, your body just doesn't know how to handle it. So just break your body into it slow. Don't overdo it. Don't keep pushing your body to do it. Just break it in slow, because you'll get the diarrhea the first few times that you, like I had that happen with turkey. I'm not a big turkey fan. And I tried some turkey one time and I ate too much of it. And let's just say I was on the pot for hours. So, I mean, I'm just telling you to be careful. Because when you go to start drinking this, it will give you the diarrhea if you're not used to it. So I just wanted to warn you, it will clean you out. So if, not to be, like I said, I'm repeating this a few times, not to be graphic, but if you are constipated, trust me, it will clean you out. I've learned that. Because I was one time, I remember I was. And that is how I actually got into drinking coffee. I was constipated and nothing was working. And somebody said, you know what? We're going to McDonald's. I said, McDonald's? Why? Why are we going to McDonald's to cure constipation? I can only think of one other thing that might help you. He says, my staff did. She's like, let's try you drinking some coffee because your body's not used to coffee. Because everything that they tried, I was used to, and my body's like, screw you, no. And basically, I went and got coffee, and I drank a frappe, yep, there you go. And like I said, I'm not trying to be graphic, but that really, really helps. It really helps if you know, and I'm not saying that's a good reason to drink coffee, but that helped me, trust me. And if you do have that problem, trust me, it works. I mean, of course, natural other stuff works too. Miralax will make you laxatives, but this is a freaking laxative in itself. But if you're not into the regular, you don't want to take those type of laxatives, yeah, that'll work. So let's taste this. Hell yeah. Caramel. Yum. That's caramel. That's caramel. Woo! That is major caramel. Ooh-wee. That's latte. Caramel latte. Usually I get caramel macchiato, but this is latte. This is a different one. Yikes. That is major latte. Another good cup of coffee. This thing, the Hamilton Beach, makes a good cup of coffee too. And if I can get Mom to find my coffee maker. Because she might come over here again, so I might see if I can get her to find my coffee pot.
Because she sometimes comes over to visit, so I might try to see if she can find my Speaking Brew so you guys can check it out. And you might want to have somebody tell you where the buttons are on that because you've never ran that. No. Before I do anything, just, and it'll talk to me too, so. That's the advantage to the Speaking Brew. It will speak to me, so. And I don't know if it'll like my filters or not. Because these filters are huge. I don't know if that little bitty thing will like that. Mom might have to help me get some smaller filters for it, because I don't think it'll like mine. Mine are huge. I was looking on Amazon for paper filters, and I got the wrong size. And the Duo did not like these filters. They were too big for that baby. It hated my filters. And so when I got the Hamilton Beach, now mind you, it's littler than the Duo is, okay? That's why I called it a baby, because it's the baby. It was a big baby. It did not like my big filters, right? The Hamilton Beach is tinier than the Keurig Duo is, okay, you guys? Imagine that on for size. It's smaller than the K-Duo. I gave the K-Duo to my sister, Lisa, and her family, so that they could have it, because they didn't have a coffee pot, I think at the time. I think their coffee pot just croaked or something. So I was like, well, you guys can take that, because I was getting my new one and I was getting my Hamilton Beach. And so I was like, you guys can take the Duo, and I'll, because I'm getting my regular, my K-Express. Because I think I was just getting the K-Express. I just got the K-Express is what it was. So I was like, you guys can have the Duo if you want it. So she took it. Well, then I got my Hamilton Beach so I could make a pot. Because I thought, okay, what if I want to, get up in the morning with the show and do that? Well, of course, the smart function doesn't work. I have to get up and actually hit the button anyway, because it has to be in a certain mode to make her do it, to turn it on and off. So I was like, okay, well, that's not really the most accessible. Okay, fine. I'll just manually run it. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to yell and complain and scream and curse and whine about it. I'll just run it myself. So anyway, Robin, the lady that you saw in the espresso demonstration, she turns around and puts coffee in it for me. She was there. She goes, hey, do you want me to put coffee in there for you so that you can run it in the morning? I'm like, sure. So she does, right? Didn't tell me what filter she used, right? The next morning I ran some coffee, and I'll remember this till my dying days. I was on the phone with Angel Matthews. And you'll hear me mention that name a few times because a few things have happened with her with the coffee thing. Well, Angel was sitting there, we were talking, and I was distracted, and I walked out in the other room. Because we were yapping about music and stuff like that, and we was listening to the radio. When all of a sudden, I jumped, and I go, oh, Angel! And she's like, what is it, honey? What is it? What is it? And I go, oh my God, no way. She goes, what? I go, Robin used my big filters. It used it. I literally started sobbing, you guys, because I thought I had wasted like $20 on these filters. Because I bought like over 400 filters or something like that for like $20. There was a bunch of them, guys. And I bought a big bunch of them. I bought I think it was they were huge though, okay? And I literally was like, I thought I had ruined it. I thought I had wasted money. And I am not one of these blind people that wants to splurge money and waste money. And when that thing actually used my paper filters, I started to cry. Because I had bought it, it's reusables because I didn't think it was going to use mine. I thought it was going to be picky like my daggum Keurig. No,
It wasn't. It actually used my filters. And I mean, you guys, I sobbed so hard because I'm like, I'm so glad that I did not waste that money. Because I had gotten, I think it's like 400 filters or 200 filters or something like that. It's a lot of filters. I haven't even used many because, like I said, my Duo would not use them. It threw a fit. It didn't like them because they were too big for it. But this thing is littler and uses them. And these are like, from what Kimberly told me, you guys, they're like industrial size filters. Now, I don't know if that's true, but they're giant filters. They're huge. And this thing uses them and doesn't bitch about it. It uses these filters. Whereas, you know, I'm surprised. Now, the Speak and Brew, I don't know what size filters it uses. That one I'd have to go after my mom again and go, okay, Mom, what size filters does that thing use? Because if it won't use the ones I have, I'm gonna have to get her to get me a pack of filters for it. Because I got filters, but they're huge. And I don't think that little bitty thing will use them. Because I think it's smaller. I don't know, because I didn't really look at it much. But I don't think it'll use those filters. Because these things are deep. They're not really that big around. They're just deep. They're taller, is what they are. They call them large filters. Kimberly said they're industrial size. I don't know. I would love to go to a place that uses industrial size filters and ask them to see one. Because I'm curious if they really are that big. I would love to find a place that would do that and let me see what one of them actually looks like. I'm curious if I am using industrial size filters. Because she's like, honey, these look like something that you'd use in a coffee shop. I'm like, really? They're not that big around, really. They're deeper than they are around. I was actually kind of surprised. Not that I don't believe her, but it's just like, dang, man. Those are huge if that's the case. Shoot. Because regular small ones, yeah. Kimberly showed me the difference. Mine are freaking, they are smaller around. Because I remember Kimberly did give me some for the Duo. Because it would not use these. They are bigger because they're giant filters. Which probably do mean they use them in the bigger coffee machines, but which I don't think my Speak and Brew would like me too much. But the Hamilton Beach will use them. It don't give a damn. But it's also got a bigger basket too. Which is good, because if I would have wasted my money, I'd have been devastated. I ain't gonna lie about it, y'all. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That's what's in my head right now, y'all, by the way. That's why I said it. But like I said, you will see more demonstrations because I will be getting the K-Iced. And who knows what else will end up happening down the road. If I get my Speak and Brew back, you'll get to see that. I'll see if Mom can find it. And I don't think it'll use like I said, I don't think that one's going to use my big filters. I think it will hate me. And I will warn you in advance, it has a loud mouth. I will just warn you in advance if I get that thing back. This thing is a big mouth. The Speak and Brew is a big mouth. It is loud. So I just wanted to warn you in advance that it is loud. And it has a timer on it too. You can set a timer on it and everything, just like a normal coffee maker. I mean, the only difference is it talks. So yeah, that's the only difference, is it will speak to you. Now I don't know how the timer thing works. I'd have to play with that a little bit and see what it does. And just make sure I know what I'm freaking doing. Because I don't know if it actually will tell you the like numbers when you hit numbers. I don't know. I never messed with it. My family always used it for me. And I don't know if it's because I can't feel the buttons. I don't know. I hope that's not why. Oh. But we'll see. I'll see if Mom can find it and bring it when she comes the next time to visit. Because I missed that one. But I will tell you, it is loud. So if I make the comment, stop yelling, that's what I'm talking about. Because it does. It's like, start brewing. And I'm like, okay, don't yell at me. Jeez. Because I remember the funny story, which I will repeat it again when I get it, because it'll probably be down the road. But I was in the bathroom and I was washing my hands because I don't know what I was doing. We were making something and I was messy. And I had the door closed. And mind you, over the bathroom sink, I hear, start brewing. And I'm like, I burst out the door and I go, Mother, who the hell is yelling at you? She goes, your coffee maker. I mean, it was loud. And Dad started laughing. He goes, yeah, really? She just wanted a cup of coffee. God, scream her head off, why don't you? I started laughing. Because he was coming in from, I think he was grilling. Yeah, he was grilling. He was making bacon for breakfast. And he's like, okay, that's enough of that shit. He goes, my daughter just wanted a cup of coffee. Don't be screaming at my wife like that. She's just trying to make her a cup of coffee. I was like, Dad, like it's going to listen. He goes, well, it better listen. I'm like, ooh. Oh, shoot. I'll have to ask Mom if she remembers that. That was freaking hilarious. I mean, it was just the way he said it. And my brother comes out of the bedroom and he's like, Dad, who are you yelling at? Like your sister's coffee pot. It was good. Like I said, guys, we have fun over here on the Far Out World of Coffee Creations. Oh my gosh, I could go on for days about crazy coffee maker stories, but I forgot about that one when I was telling coffee stories. But I wanted to put, I got some more that you'll get to hear about later, but on some pre-recorded stuff. But oh my gosh, that was funny. My dad is a trip. My dad is fun. That was funny. And I'll have to warn my best friend, Rocky, that if I run this, it will speak. So there will be some talking in it, but not much. It'll just be the coffee maker talking. I can't remember if it says that it's done or not. I don't remember now. That I can't remember. And if it needs to be adapted, maybe she can adapt it before she brings it. True that, yeah. If it needs it. If it doesn't, and then I might not need to, because I think I did look at it once, and its buttons are pushed out, so I think I can feel its buttons. I just got to know what buttons what. Does it do like a strong brew like the Keurig does, or no? Or in the Hamilton Beach? I would assume it does. Ooh. I'm assuming it does. If it's anything like a normal one, I'd say, like I said, the only difference is it speaks. And I don't know where she got it from either. I'd have to ask her where she got it, because I can't remember when I do the demonstration. I'll have to ask her where she got it, because I can't remember. Because I looked on AZ and I couldn't find it on there, so. I don't remember where she got that. But I remember, I will never forget when I got it. She's like, get down here, hurry. And she's like, where's your card? And she put it on my card because they only had like one left. And she's like, you need to give me the card now. I have to get it now. I found you one that talks. I'm like, what? And I looked at her wide-eyed. I go, I never even knew there was one. And my dad's like, neither did we. Because he walked in, he goes, what talks? Mom's like, a coffee maker. And he goes, what the hell? I'm like, I didn't know there was one that talked. He goes, well, neither did we, to be honest with you. He's like, we're just as shocked as you, dear. Because, yeah, I didn't know. But hopefully Mom can find it. That'd be awesome if she could find it. But, yep. And like I said, this thing makes a good cup of coffee. Mm. And like I said, I want to prove that I like what it brews by drinking the whole cup. So you guys get to see that I do enjoy. And I will do the same thing with other coffee pots. Like if Christy is correct, like she was mentioning on the last one, if somebody does see this and wants to help and send me things, I will, like I said, I will be talking to someone on Monday and find out how to get that set up. Because I'm not having things shipped to my actual address. That's just not happening. That's not safe. Giving out my actual address, no. So I'm going to figure that out and go from there. In fact, I'm going to probably wait to upload all these till Monday. Good idea. Take a few days off. That way you can, yeah, get them recorded and then upload several on Monday before I go from there. Yep. Because you upload that now and they're going to be going, yeah. True that. I know how that works. So
So yeah, I'll upload on Monday morning. Get all those uploaded. I'll get both of these uploaded, and I'll get the chats uploaded. So there'll be at least maybe 6 on Monday that I'll upload. I'll get all these recorded with our music and everything, get everything done. And get some stuff done. So yeah, we'll have a boatload of fun. That's what we'll do. We will have a heyday. That way I'll have plenty of time to talk with Lonzy about the feature and everything. Get that straightened out, figure out when we're going to do those, what day he'd like to do that. But it'll have to be, well, it would have to be Wednesday or Sunday afternoon. Or it'd have to be an evening on any other day. I'd say it would have to be a Wednesday thing. Because I don't work on Wednesdays. Because Friday's off limits because he has the show, so that would not work. Unless he got up, which he doesn't do. Exactly. He's not a morning person. He don't get up till like 12 or 1. So he's a sleepy head. Dang, that caramel. Yummy. That caramel is to live for. Yum. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, kitty? Ain't that right, Justin? Ain't that right, Justin? Ain't that right, Justin? Oh, thank you for not being broken, kitty. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Purr, 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 purr. Justin's a purr box, you guys. He's such a purr box. But yeah, he's the one I worry about because if something were to ever happen and he would get out, I would not know it. And he is one of these cats that people would steal him because of his laid back personality. Laid back but wild. My staff Jenna said that he'd get out of the apartment right now and he'd be freaking the heck out, like, oh my god, where am I? Which I could honestly, I believe her on that, because I think he'd get out in that big hallway and he'd be freaking out, going, oh my god, where am I? I don't know. I'm not in my house. Where am I? And even Kimberly, when she came in recently, was like, whoa, they are so big now. My goodness. Mommy, you keep forgetting, speaking of Kimberly. Crap! Dadgummit. Yeah, I do keep forgetting to send her the link. Dadgummit. I keep forgetting to send Kimberly the frickin' link. Dadgummit.
Well, I don't think she'd care if I bugged her on a weekend. I'll send her a link to it. Shoot. Durr. That way I remember to freaking do it. I keep forgetting to send her a freaking link. Durr. Anyway. But yeah, I'll have to send her the butterscotch taste test. Because that's the one where I shouted her out. Because, yeah. Anyway, folks, I will be back for more fun here on the Far Out World of Coffee Creations. I don't know when the next demonstration video will be, but I will definitely, whenever I do any demonstrations, like I said, I know I'm getting a K-Iced in the future, and hopefully my mom will get me my Speak and Brew, and I'll have that. But after that, I do not know when I'll get more stuff. So yeah, I will be back doing these when I get different things. So anyway, I will love you guys and leave you till next time. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoy your cup of coffee, and I will see you here again on the Far Out World of Coffee Creations. Goodbye, everyone, and God bless.
In a small town kitchen down a gravel road, Scarlett stirs her passion in the morning glow. Mornings start with laughter, mugs are overflowing, love and joy in every cup, every heart she's owed. She grinds the beans at sunrise, sunlight in her eyes, creates a brew so perfect like Tennessee skies. From cappuccinos creamy to espressos bold, every sip a story, every cup a gold. Scarlett's Brew, a wonderland, bringing joy to everyone, cup in hand. With each gentle pour, she fills our days. Her kitchen's magic in so many ways. Friends gather round the counter, waiting for their turn. She knows just what they need without a word discerned. She serves it up with kindness, warmth in every sip. In Scarlett's little kitchen, love's a steady drip. From frothy latte swirl to caramel sweet, her creations sing a melody, life's simple treat. With a heart of gold and skill unmatched, Scarlett's coffee brings us all joy that's deeply latched. Scarlett's Brew, a wonderland, bringing joy to everyone, cup in hand. With each gentle pour, she fills our days. Her kitchen's magic in so many ways. Her kitchen's magic in so many ways.